thanks again for this opportunity. And yes, we are gearing up to Postulation Day next week, 22nd, 23rd. Everyone's got to get their signatures in, and we are coming in strong with a dedicated team that is ready to show the country what we are about, what we are going to be offering them, why their support should be behind someone that is concerned collectively about the entire country. And you know, what we're bringing together is a whole package that is done with interaction and participation from all of our candidates, from our support team. It's a big, a lot of
people in partnership.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That is exactly it from the manifesto. And it's I'm excited for it, you know, and as you know, I am new to PFP. PFP ran the last election at 2020. They gained 2 seats with Melissa.
Just a question, not cutting you. You said looking for signatures. Yes. Do a party that ran already still needs signatures again, or you don't need that?
No, if they had they collected the signatures in order to run the last time, and because they're running again without taking a break, they can go straight into it without doing that again.
So if you take a break, then you need to get signatures.
You have to sort of renew it all.
They have we have sitting members of parliament, so there's no need to go back and get signatures.
As you mentioned just a while ago, you are with PFP now. We know that you were with UP last election, and why is the change? What happened?
That's been the question that everyone's been asking.
I think people want to know.
And I think people deserve to know that question. And you know, when you are in St. Martin, you know that if you're going to change parties, it's a big risk you take. But if you change parties, knowing at your core what is important to you, if that's value, ethics, integrity, morals, and putting people at the center of everything that you're going to do going forward, then you go with the party that I'm going with now and that I'm with now. And I'm absolutely at home here. I have been telling people that I could not be prouder of where I am. I have been there before, knowing the decision that I took when I went in initially. I said, hey, I'm new to this. You can think whatever you want about, you know, my family being in politics on both sides of the island. But at the end of the day, you as an individual have to make that decision on your own where you go, to your understanding. My understanding initially was, hey, I'm going to go with a big party established. I didn't know PFP. You're going to be in there. You're going to get in, because all I wanted to do was serve. Literally, I went, put myself out there to serve the people of this country, to do good for the people of this country, to push us forward. When you get in there, you learn very quickly how people move. When people show you who they are, believe them. And they showed me very quickly who they are. When they wanted to assassinate their own, to burn their own, when all you're doing is just working for the benefit of your people, you learn very fast. And if you don't learn, you're going to survive this game. And quite frankly, I take this opportunity to tell everybody on this country that I don't regret what I did, my decision in the past. I know what I did, but I know better. I know better now. All I did every time that I was in there as minister, thank you for putting me there, was work for the people of this country, was work to improve our lives, not work for an elite few, a set that's gonna keep me campaign rolling for next election. No, I work for the people of this country. And from day one when I was in Cuchi, this is what the public needs to know. From day one, the maturity that I saw from MP Melissa Gomes and MP Rayon Pearson, when they were sitting in Parliament and I was there as Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transportation and Telecommunication, they crossed the line, invited me to a meeting with their party members and board and said, we love your path to economic recovery. How can we support you, Ludi? I'm Minister. A party from across the line called me out of the blue and said, we love this, we're going to come out publicly behind you. I said, what the crap? From day one, they showed me who they were, and I had to believe them. And this is where I am today. I am here today because I believe the people who now, after 4 years, they got this country best interest at heart, man. And that is at their core. And the country's going to see that with everything that we come up and we present to them.
You said in that statement that you feel at home now. Wouldn't you feeling at home before?
Everyone has known me now in the 4 years that I have been blessed and privileged to represent this country with the people that supported me. through a vote and people that supported me even after I was in office, okay? I have always been very direct. I have always been very honest with the people of this country. If we are going to go anywhere, you need to be honest. The honesty is what I got from PFP team, just going in with that. It's not about support. I'm going to repeat what I said earlier on. When all I am doing is waking up every day, working to open this country, to go against the fear of COVID, to open this country, to put the economy back in action, to try to ask cruise ships to come in, to open up, to continue plans like a radar tower and say, y'all didn't get your radar for 7 years because you never put it there. I'm doing the stuff based on my interaction and communication with the people of what they need to continue doing to keep us rolling. And when you're doing that and people stop you, but they want to come waste your time, call you into parliament asking you about airports, telling you you're disappointed, when they're trying to distract you from doing the good work, where a party like PFP can come across the board and say, we admire what you're doing, we want to support you, how can we help? My own party didn't ask for help. So what do you think? If you don't learn from that, then you're not paying attention, man. So that's what I mean. It's not about support. It wasn't support. It was the killing that was happening. As in, we want you to shine. Take pictures, look good, but we want you to shine. But it took a party and maturity across the board to do that. Let's be real.
So you get that impression that they did not want you to shine?
Absolutely. 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 And that's why I have to say, and in my preparation with PFP and Marvio, I'm so sorry. In my preparation with them, you come in with them, and they're like, everybody has a say. Everybody has a say. You come in, we train you. Everybody goes through this stuff together. They have this powerhouse team that is literally always making sure everyone's on the same page.
Yep.
And your opinion matters. Your opinion matters. Do you know what that's like to be in a team where your opinion truly, genuinely matters? I get in goosebumps here talking to you, and you can see it. Because these are people that they value your opinion, and they say, actually, what you believe in is exactly with what we have as collectively a party, as a team. This is good. Let's go for it. Let's go. This is not easy work to do. You go out in politics. You basically put yourself in the public light to get everything coming at you, good and bad. And at that center, if you don't remember that you are doing this to push your people forward, to improve the lives of your people, and to see how you can continue doing that for the foreseeable future, then get out of here. You'll have more of what we had for the last 4 years. Get out of here. I'm sorry, I can go off for a long time now.
It seems so, but we also have Marvio that is here, Marvio Cooks, and also a member of the PFP party.
Yes.
Tell us who's Marvio.
Hi, good morning again. Good morning, St. Martin, all our viewers and listeners. My name is Marvio Cooks. I am an IT professional by profession.
You do what?
I do ICT, Information Communications and Telecommunications and Technology. I work for Division Public Education in the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports. I have over about 10 years of experience in government, ranging from education all the way to Ministry of Health. And yeah, I'm an activist, I'm a father, I love being in the community, I love sports. I am the deputy leader of PFP. I am also the president of a youth basketball association and many other things. I'm president of Projects for Progress, which is an association that is based on helping young professionals get information that would help them build not only their lives but a legacy. And I'm here with Ludmila today to share more about what PFP is about and to touch on the things that she even mentioned there. You can't keep doing the same things expecting different. Yeah. And that was something that I think Ludmila noticed, and we're glad to have her on the team.
Did you run in the last election?
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. I was number 5 in the last election, and it was a great experience. I too came from another party from long before. I skipped
Which party?
Election, from DP.
DP.
Yeah, I started in 2016 as a young man, and then after that, during that election, I was asked a question by our now party leader, Minister Gums, and that question resonated with me for about 2 years after she asked me that. And in 2018, it hit me, and the question was, "Are you tired yet?" You know, after Irma, I got really very active in the community. I saw how my neighbors needed water. That's actually how it all started. I ended up finding water for my community, and from there I started helping find people, and I got a lot more involved in the community. And during that time, I saw how people's ego got in the way of getting things to the people that needed things, and it made me start wondering, what am I doing here? What is it that we're actually here for? And once I found, just like Ludmila, an actual team, somewhere where what you were saying wasn't just noise, it was more than that. It was, you know, you're not always right, but it's great to hear someone bounce your idea back to you and really not just criticize you in a way to belittle you, but to make you think, hey, how can we go deeper? How can we help more people? Is this something that can be placed into a process? Is this a new process that needs to be added? You know, this is what I found with PFP. I was there from I would say the second phase of the beginning. And just like Ludmila said, from the beginning, it was everybody together as one. There was no, I'm leader, so what I say goes. No, it's a true democracy on the inside of, hey, we have a team, there's an ideal. Our message has always been vision, strategy, action. It is the ideal that we live by. And we want people to actually take a look at PFP and realize that representation is what we're about. And our MPs and our team has been showing how we can properly represent St. Martin.
Being part of the team in the last election, were you surprised the turnout that PFP did?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We were... We always say thank you to everybody that supported us, because me and Melissa always joke about this. We had an entire 4-year plan after that, because we had no intent. We did not believe that in any kind of way that we were going to achieve what we did. You know, we were always hopeful. It's not like we came in with doom and gloom. But, you know, the reality was that we were a new group, we were young, we had 8 candidates, and everybody else was fielding the usual traditional. But we were happy to see the turnout. Our signature day showed, you know, that there was a tide changing. And, yeah, we were very happy for that. We thought we were going to have to take that we come to this point to really be able to have a chance.
But I think to the first time you ran, you guys got the signatures in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
It was unheard of. We did a lot of unheard of things, you know, from writing the king to to getting the signatures real quick, and, you know, being a party of 8 candidates getting 2 seats. You know, it was historical, and we're glad to the people of St. Martin that gave us their trust and took a look at us and said, you know what, we're also tired. And they gave us that chance, and now we're asking. We're not here to say, oh, give us another chance. We're saying, let us show you what true governance looks like.
Correct.
Let us show you what teamwork looks like. Let us show you what being able to have a government that takes initiative, listens to your needs, actually uses data, because data does actually matter. You can't put your finger to the wind all the time and hope to know. There's a reason there's compass. There's a reason somebody invented a compass. We're using one. We have a team, we have a campaign team that has been very, very instrumental and excellent at preparing us. You know, no down to anybody else, but I know that it takes preparation to be in politics. I honestly believe that wanting to be in politics, wanting to take on the problems of your country is a noble cause. And we on St. Martin have historically allowed it to be redefined as something that is synonymous with corruption and lack of meaningful action. I and PFP, all of us together, we want to be able to show St. Martin that we can redefine politics and really show that there are persons that have noble intentions and want to take meaningful action by listening to what it is that you actually need. Not just standing on the hill and saying, oh, look at the horizon. No, we need to take a look at the valley and understand that we need to take care of our people. So, yeah, I'm happy to be part of PFP. I implore anybody, when our manifesto comes live, take a look at it. Take a look at our page. Follow us at pfp.sxn. Just take a look at us at that SX. Take a look at us. Understand that we are not just another party. We are here to show you what teamwork looks like. And we've set a lot of trends, from changing big rallies to town halls. I can't remember the last time now that I've seen anybody plan a really big rally since we started our town halls, showing what actual team canvassing looks like, training our team members from a year before. It's not now that we started. We started our training a year ago. We started understanding what laws, what Parliament works like, what it is to actually be a parliamentarian, what it means to actually represent your country, what it means to actually be organic and show the country that you care for your community. We started that over a year ago. And our team members that just joined, they got the boot camp version of it, but you can see, look, yesterday, our MP, Rayon Peterson and David Solomon were on. And the interviewer was so impressed. Why was he impressed? It's not that we just came out here and you have that. No. You have to be prepared to want to take on the problems of your country. You can't come out here and sit down in Parliament and have an attendance rate lower than a ghost. You have to be able to show up. And we are doing that.
Do you have more members this election than the past election?
Yes, we do.
Because you just said you had 8 last election.
Yes, we did.
And that was one of the surprising part to the whole community with only 8 candidates.
Yes.
Imagine
If we had
getting 2 seats. Now, we also know that every candidate should bring a vote or 2. And it is proven definitely that there was a great showing by PFP, and as you mentioned just now that you all have more, what do you expect this election?
Well, this election, I expect us to maybe do a little bit better. I think that our MPs have represented us properly, and when I mean us, not just the party, but the people. We've shown that we've had the people's best interests at heart and in mind from the beginning, with our initiatives, by holding ministers accountable, by holding ministries accountable, by making sure that people are actually, checking what they're doing. So I think that with the amount that we have this time around and the environment that we're in, and seeing that St. Martin's people are no longer falling for the same antics as before. And such like, let me give you something here for that, or, of course there's always that, and that's the redefining of politics that I was talking about. I think people have seen what maturity in politics look like, what political maturity looks like. We like to say that you can't legislate character. That's something that our leader always says, and it is the truth, but you can see it. You can see character, and PFP has been showing it not only in our MPs, but also in its members. We get involved in the community organically. We don't just come out for hype. We actually care about our community's mental health. It is why we push for initiatives to make sure that gray water in the ground is gone, that we make sure that there's actually initiatives to control noise pollution, because we understand that there's more to our society than just what we see. There's more than just money. Our people's minds need to be right in order to be able to progress and succeed. So seeing that we have more candidates this year around, candidates that show the quality of PFP, because that's what we always show. We show quality over quantity, and it is why it's difficult to get onto PFP, because we will walk away. If we come and meet with you today, and the first thing out of your mouth is, okay guys, I want to run, are you? And so what's in it for me? The second you say that, we will shake your hand, tell you thank you, and either walk away or you can walk away, because there's no conversation. Like I said, we believe that politics needs to be redefined, and it is about actual noble intentions. You have to be some sort of sadist, because you have to understand that you're taking on problems for your country. These are not problems that were created yesterday, last year, 2 years ago. These are problems in our reality that were created decades ago, and we're still dealing with today. And we need persons that have prepared themselves to actually take the helm and work together, reach across the line like we have done with Ludi in the past, and understand that it's not about ego, it's about the people.
Exactly.
You need to be able to look at a good idea. If a good idea comes from the other side, well, guess what? We'll take a look at that good idea and see how we can help enforce it. Not just because it's coming from them, we ain't going to talk about it. No. And that's what PFP is about, and that's what St. Martin needs.
I'm going to chime in really quickly, right? Because Marvio, because you know why? I wrote down when I'm listening to Marvio talk, and listening to your interaction, and I wrote down here, as you can see, quality over quantity, and it's like we're synced because he came out and he said it, and I wanted to explain that because I'm coming as a new candidate onto a party that Marvio mentioned it, went through a rigorous process of screening candidates to come in. After my experience the first time around, I want to take pride in who I have representing me and who I'm running with. I don't want to be embarrassed by people who are arrested, people who have, substance abuse problems. We all have our struggles, but I want a character that I'm going to be proud of with some dignity that is going to represent my people and take me further to improve stuff. I want to see that. And this is why what Marvio just said was, hey, when we're screening our people, we go through a rigorous screening process, quality over quantity, and that is actually really key in understanding the kind of team that comes together with PFP. And I know that we're going out now and introducing ourselves, or reintroducing ourselves again for this campaign team, but you have to understand at the core what this party is about. The party is literally not to make everyone the same. It's understanding that at the core, you come in here to have people at your core. People at your core, and how are you going to work together, move them forward? And I must say that if you are not comfortable getting honest and going through all that dirty laundry that can come up and go and be out very open with the team, then you're not gonna get along, because we don't want any surprises, right? We want to know, hey, when we hit that road, how are you gonna react? When we hit that bumpy road, how are you gonna react? When you have to be prepared for it, and this is what they do together. And I am so very, again, I'm gonna keep saying it because they need to know how proud I am to be part of this team, and we will have a lot of opportunities to come forward and take it. When Marvio just said that we're going to be presenting our manifesto, people will understand where they fit in to the vision that we have for this country and how everyone can relate to it. And we have actual solutions on how to do it over our 4 to 5 year plan that will come out in it. Now, I know that we're waiting for the right timing and stuff like that, and now you're just getting the characters or the candidates actually being presented. But I want to really just reiterate that we need to take pride back in the kind of representatives that we put in office. You really need to think of that. And it reminds me of a conversation that I had with MP Melissa Gums, the leader of PFP, and she said, and she was talking about, Ludi, you know what? We're not in a rush to go out and put 23 people on a list and just fill the list for the sake of filling a list. We want to literally gradually grow and rebuild trust with your representatives. People forget that when you're going out, we both mention it in a different way. It's not a proud. It's like when you tell people you're a member of parliament or you're a politician, there was always a negative connotation that comes with it now. And then even in our training sessions, right? You have people coming to talk to us, former prime ministers come in and talk to us and say, this is a noble thing that you're doing. And when you remember that at your core, then the people need to wake up and say, let me bring back representatives that I'm proud of. Let me bring back people that are going to continuously put our people first and not alienate us for selfish reasons, So I wanted to say that because we can continue on something else, but it's about bringing dignity and pride back to your representatives that you can be proud of, not normalizing people being arrested, not normalizing people, doing embarrassing things that make you lose hope and lose trust in the people that are supposed to be looking out and facilitating things to make this country move forward.
But we have been seeing over and over where a lot of people get in politics and they say the same thing as you saying, dignity and country first, and as soon as they get into office, then you see the other side of them. What would you say?
Go ahead. You were bored on it.
my apologies, but I'll stick for a little bit. It's very easy to figure those people out. You know why? Because all I have to say is 4 years ago when they came to you with the same story and told you we're putting people first. You know, we have people at our center. After 4 years, what do you have? You still believe in them? You think your life is better? Because I'm not saying it to say, oh, I'm only going to point out the bad stuff that's here. But really go and reflect on your choice that you did 4 years ago. And tell me if you think the person that said that they put people first, if they represented you. And I can guarantee you that people are going to get a very big surprise come this January, because the same people who were surprised at how well they did last time fool off hundreds of people. Fool off hundreds of them saying, I got your best interest at heart. I'm going to pay your back pay salary, your retroactive salary. And those same people say, boy, I made a mistake. I get fooled off last time. Don't get fooled off by last minute things that people are bringing to present to you to make you think that I have your best interest at heart. Right now, the timing of everything is key. Those people are going to be very surprised by what happens in January, because you don't go and ask people to support you and say that I have your best interest at heart. We're putting people first again, and then you don't follow through on it. Because we don't forget, but you have to be open. You have to be alert.
So you're saying the time and office will justify who you are?
Absolutely.
I think you can do it as well before. You know, we like to say, believe what people are showing you. You see PFP is telling you your team. You can look at PFP and you won't ever see one of us alone. We're always together. There's a reason for that, because you have to be able to understand each other. If you see a party that's saying, yeah, we have your back, and they don't have each other's back, they say that they're one, but everybody has a different banner, everybody has a different shirt, everybody has a different HQ. You want to find PFP? There's 2 HQs, one in Sucker Garden, but where Mr. K Lounge used to be, and one right down the street from Cappuccino's, right there in Simpson Bay. You want to talk to PFP, you see us at our events, you'll see every single candidate from PFP at that event. Why? Because we're a team. So, believe what people are showing you and use that. If they say they're going to have the country's back and they barely have each other's back, I think there's some signs right there. And that's how you can identify before they even make it into office. Because that's the thing. It's not that people just make it there. We are actually a very lucky people on St. Martin, because we can directly choose who is going to represent us. And we take that pride to say that we are putting the right people to do the job. I like to say that we like to hold our plumbers more accountable than we hold our MPs. Because if a plumber comes today to fix your pipe and tomorrow the pipe's still leaking, you might give that plumber one more chance to do the job. But if they don't fix that job on the third time, you're going to say, nah, you're going to tell your neighbor not to hire that plumber either. But we keep going. We have MPs in there that have been doing the same thing over and over again since I was 8 years old. And we still keep saying, nah, man, they're going to do it right this time. Nah, man, they're going to do it right this time. But throughout the terms, we complain and we say, nah, look at this, look at this, look at that. Let us be the ones to direct where our country goes. Take a look at a real team. PFP is that team.
Don't you believe that a lot of time you hear everybody is fed up with the government that is ruling,
yes.
And come election day, you saw the vast of people still go out and vote for them? What would you say?
I would say that we have a little version of Stockholm Syndrome. Mm-hmm. We are so used to, I think, the saying of, the devil that I know. I've been told that even on the road. You know, Marvio, you're good. I see you doing things in the community. You bring back this, you bring back basketball. But I just don't know. I know that person. I know that person as a politician.
Yes.
So I know I can reach them. Mm-hmm. I know I have their number. I know where they live. I know. So they're not there for the representation. They're used to the familiarity. They're used to having something familiar. And I think that what we have to do is break that nostalgia. We have to break that feeling of, we have to vote traditionally. We have to continue putting the same legacy parties there because that's what we used to know. Change only happens once we take that different step.
But also, if I may, also too, because I have joined PFP and I saw how they did things, and one of the big things about them that I admired is the fact that they are continuously involved in the community throughout the year. So they're very involved with youth parliament members. They are involved with projects for progress that he mentioned earlier on, financial management, education. They do these programs that actually, if you weren't paying attention, you would have missed it. but they are actually really trying to educate our community, but not indoctrinate, but educate. So you don't, it's not the PFP youth wing. No, you're really trying to teach people from the volunteers that said, hey, I'm going to come here and I'm going to show up. And yes, and I was actually astonished at the turnout when we did our financial Project for Progress financial planning. We had representatives from insurance companies teaching you about pension planning, financial management, your healthcare system, what you should look out for. People don't know these things, and because it's so tedious, there's so much bureaucracy, red tape. It's one of the main things that people complain about, and I really do admire that and appreciate that PFP did that. So it's not about, it's also, yes, traditionally you vote back for the same people, usually it's based on family, but what PFP has done to set that apart is, I'm going to also educate you on how to make a decision on your own of what else is important to you outside of party politics, right? And then you're in a position to make your own opinion. Hey, actually, they're doing this stuff consistently and not just for show, not just at the time right before election, and it's admirable to see it. And I know that, we were talking more of the core of the personalities, what it's like to be part of PFP team, how we prepare our candidates for election, how we represent ourselves going out, and, perhaps maybe you say, but I didn't see what they're standing for. If I have to go off basically on a high level, you have let's say, financial sort of infrastructure, education, healthcare, the environment on a high level. This is what people will see from us, and then you go and you meet all the candidates, and the candidates will show you where they fit in and what they represent and how they want to see this happen. And it's a lot of information that's going to be coming, but people have to pay attention to where they connect with it, and I guarantee you're going to connect with somebody on this team.
Yeah, for sure, because we prioritize what has to be done over what looks good. Ludi mentioned it at the beginning, where there's a certain level of pageantry that is done, especially leading up to an election. And PFP believes in getting the work done. We like to say that we're not going to give you the medicine just because it tastes bad. PFP likes to let people understand that, hey, this is what your responsibility is, because it's a responsibility. It's something very serious when we're about to go and fill in that circle. It might be a very simple action, but it's very serious. It's something that's going to have consequences for the next 4 years if it's done right? So we as PFP, we believe that if we can educate our people and not indoctrinate, if we can actually show people, it's at our core of our belief, if we can, it's part of the quality of life mantra that we have started with. That's not what we began with, and that's what we continue, even so much so that it's been adopted by other parties. And we love to see that, because at least they know what's actually good, right? They can see it, right? St. Martin, PFP is out here showing you that there is more than what we have always had. There's a team here that is looking at St. Martin and saying, hey, how can we help you? We want to go into your communities and ask you. It's not just, we believe that this is what this community needs, and then just put it there.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm going to reiterate, because you said it, and if there's any takeaway for listeners or viewers today, Marvio said it in the beginning. He said people in partnership and improving quality of life for all. So if there's anything while PFP comes out to talk to you, the candidates from PFP, remember that. People in partnership and improving quality of life for all, and see where you fit in with that and what you want to see in your future. And then I think, again, I'm smiling, I'm happy, and I know that we're just starting, but I'm really excited to see, because I believe in what we are going to be bringing forward.
How difficult it was, Ludmila, you leaving the party, and I guess the public know the relationship that the family had with that party.
You mean with UP?
Yes.
What family relationship exactly?
You had one already, which is your uncle. He was there already.
Oh, you mean when they tried to fire him almost? Yeah. Along with the former prime minister? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Your
family played a role in that party already, and
so my family, if anyone wants to take something away from my family in all of their representation in the past has always been about representing the people of this country in the fairest way possible. And you do that where you think you're going to be the best fit, right? And I will say this, when I ran, this is how what I experienced from my family unit and my friends unit, it actually just carried over into me coming into PFP. When I ran the first time, and don't just because your family or friends don't mean people are going to vote for you. When I asked people to support me, I got from family and friends, blood relation and friends. They said, you know, I love you, we believe in you, you're an amazing person, we just can't vote for you on that party. And that maturity, that honesty, I said, wow. I said, ooh, kind of hurt.
You got that from
I swear to God. Absolutely. Absolutely, I got that. And this is why, you know, sometimes when I come and I talk, I realize that I need to keep repeating things, because just because I said that story one time doesn't mean that people are going to hear it. And I'm going to repeat it every chance I get, because I really want people to understand when you're going to vote, you can be choosy and picky with your vote. And you have to stay true to what resonates with you, what connects with you. And if I had family and friends that said, yo, we love you, man, but we can't vote for you on that party. And then when I showed up with the leader of the party at the family party, I just walked in with her and everybody started cheering, including the same ones who were very hesitant for me. And the reason for that is people don't forget very easily, right? They don't forget that, yes, I had a cousin there before. They tried to fire a cousin and the prime minister at the same time. But for me, even with all that con and all that melee that was happening back then, I just remembered when I wanted to run, I wanted to go and do something good for the country. And don't ever be fooled that one person can make a difference. The difference with me is I had that fight in me, and I still have that fight in me. When I went in, I literally was like this. This is what I met, right? When I got in. I said, dude, I know I was going to have to resist a lot because I got warned by the same family member who they tried to fire. I got warned. I got warned by my friends and my family that say, we're going to vote for you on that party. Are you ready for that? And I'm like, I am. I'm still going to go with my decision. And I'm still here fighting. So I got that. That's what my experience is like. And I'm going to keep repeating it and telling people, this is what it's like. And I am so happy because even in the team, I keep telling everybody, and I say, I know I sound like soft and I sound, you know, a little romantic. It makes a difference, man, when you know you go in with people who really got your back. And this team's got my back. And I've got their back, if that makes any sense. But I hope they see me and I see that they can, you know, I know that you have the video on. You can tell when someone's faking it or not. And I think what I have presented to people, even as I opened up more and expressing myself in Parliament with the support that I had from MP Rayon Peterson and MP Melissa Gomes, just got more and more and more and more and more confidence, coming out more with the truth that the people need to hear, that they have been consistent in presenting for the whole 4 times, the 4 years that they were there in their term. So this is the kind of people you want. You want people that are going to lift you up and make you shine, and you do it back in return. And I need to just send a message, right? Everyone, all of us, we come, we go, and we have the intention, like you said, to say that we're coming to, you know, help our people out, to do good and all of that. Watch your team. Check your team. You know, if I know what I know now with PFP, as in the way that they went through, and say, you know, we want you, but are you prepared for this? What do you want to see? I was like, well, I know what I don't want. I don't want to run from jumping, put up on coffin. But I know I didn't, and I wasn't going to do that again, because if you get burned, learn from your mistakes.
That's it.
And if you get burned when you're still doing good, you better learn from your mistake, or just go out. And for me, listen, I get burned literally and figuratively. Got burnt, but live to fight another day with a team that's going to lift me up, that's continuously lifting me up, that supported me from the beginning. Thank you again, MP Peterson and MP Gomes. It meant a lot, and I think that, you know, showing this to the country is one of the best things that you need to see. You need to see commitment. You need to see maturity. You need to see people who believe in you across the line, because I will never ever forget that. They were the first ones to come out to support, and And I'm here to contribute and give as much fight for them, even more now that I know that even more.
Yep.
Even more. Because they prove what they're about. And St. Martin trusted them to give them 2 seats before, so make it more.
Yeah, definitely. Make it more. So, as Ludi said, make it more. How do we make it more? Come January 11th, 2024, you got to put that pencil to that paper. And when you're there, hopefully without the curtain, when you're there, you really got to put it to your mind. What type of country is it that I want to see?
You just mentioned the curtain. What do you think about that?
What do I think about the curtain? How so? Its use. I think that the curtain.
Do you think it's going to make a difference?
Yes, I definitely think it's going to make a difference. I think because it added a level of, it gave a level of shroudity. Like it just allowed people to do things that the community spoke about, but nobody official actually came out to see what to do, because there's no way to actually see if it's happening, right? So we know about, the receipts, the voter receipts. Go in there, you snap a little picture, boom, bam, you get what you get, right? And I think that's part of the redefining politics that PFP is really about, that political maturity. When you go to anywhere else, there's your vote is already private. Why do you need a curtain? Your back is there. There's nobody else in there with you. There's no camera pointing down, right? So why do you need the curtain? And I think that's what's going to make a big difference, because what other parties used to use in order to quote unquote secure their support and their votes, that layer is now removed. And why is it removed? Because again, education. You cannot continue to do the same things and expect different. That process, that idea of doing that has led us here, and we need a change.
So PFP don't have a problem where removing the curtain is concerned?
At all. If it was up to us, let us vote right outside, right now.
It was a proposal from MP Peterson and MP Gums. They were the driving force behind it. It's because of them.
Yeah,
it's because of them that came up.
Yeah, we truly believe in transparency. When we talk about integrity and transparency, it's not just a hype game. We are out here really talking about it. And like I said, PFP is really about not only education, but improving quality of life. And how do you improve the quality of life? You got to improve the quality of the elections as well. You got to make sure that you are securing the integrity of your election. If anybody has the feeling that when they're in that booth that they have to take a picture and that they have to do this in order to do their right, which is to voice who they want to lead this country, who they want to represent them, then that's a hostage situation to me. And I think that what we're doing is relieving a lot of people of that pressure.
Yes, sir. Final words?
Final words? Those are my final words?
I thought my final words were before, when I'm talking about people in partnership and improving quality of life for all. I really hope we have more opportunities to come back here. If we're on the French side, right? I want to say something really quickly about that, because we have a party that is very diverse, a party that is very connected between both sides as well. And one thing I'm very proud of with this party that was always very important for me, I have one mother from the French side, I have a father from the Dutch side, right? So there's no way you could talk about, one island, one people and stuff like that. Saying it is one thing. Putting it in action is another thing. Because if we are going to move forward here, you cannot keep doing it, keeping things separate. And in the areas where we have influence, you have to have that communication continuously, not a monthly meeting, where you really affect change. What happened with this island is one person would bounce to the other side to get a benefit on one side, bounce on the other side to get a benefit on the other side. You saw it a lot with businesses after Hurricane Lewis in 95. And then what happening now is we kind of now coming to a level playing field, right? Yes, the French side, you're seeing a lot of improvements happening. We're coming to a level playing field where, is it really attractive for us to exist here in terms of having our own business, surviving, being good without subsidies or being subsidized? And I want people to remember this. Remember this as in, keep it in mind. where you want to go forward. And it's one of the things here that they always they try to keep always at the core as well, is that don't forget what's happening with our friend side, because if we continue to do things separate, be so disconnected elsewhere, we're going to have a big problem. And I say that actually for what we do together as a government, whether it's taxes, benefits to a certain extent,
education.
Yep. Everything, we have to have more dialogue with each other. And it's also something that I'm just going to say, like, really quickly. 2 weeks ago, I had a chance to go to a UN Women's conference in St. Lucia that MP Gums told me about, actually. And one of the things that I saw there for the first time, because I had never had that experience, it was absolutely fantastic, is we really just missed out dialogue with our own people in the region.
Yes.
And if I see that, and I met the most incredible people, I will have a chance to go and put my posts and show people what I saw, who I met. And you look at the fact that we're missing a lot of communication with people in the Caribbean, but just over on the northern side, when I had to talk, I was like, we have all this good stuff happening on our place, and we just don't come together.
Yes.
And that's what we need to do here more. And you look for that of how people can say, I'm going to take you forward, making sure we stay connected. That connection has to go through everything that we do. And this party does it with everything they do with both sides.
It has to be multifaceted. It has to be at every level. And we have shown that. We're an example of that. From everything, not just cybersecurity like we did with the French side right here and in St. Bart's. We had that conversation. We went and saw how important it is to have that kind of representation. We're looking at our neighbor right here, French side, where we have family. They're having these conversations about protecting their nation digitally, and we are not having that conversation on our side. It's not like we have a perfect record of protecting our data. So we are showing that it's more than just talk. Everything from cybersecurity to sports. When it came to sports, for me, it didn't make any sense that we had two sides playing the same sport, basketball, and there was no unity in it. So I got together with Citizen, and I thanked that team, and I thanked Pascal. I thanked them all because they actually showed me that there was actually the effort, the stories I heard from before. Good thing you go and you talk to people yourself and you learn. And we were able to not only host 2 simultaneous seasons, but also connect as neighbors and have a competition that highlighted our student athletes and showed what it is that we have on this island.
And you have one coming up.
And we have another one coming up, season 2 coming up, and it's starting in November, actually next week. So you can go to the auditorium on the Dutch side and you can see that. But the idea is that the people of St. Martin now have an example. We've had it for the past 4 years of what true political maturity looks like, what representation looks like, what taking initiative and knowing your processes looks like. Holding your ministers accountable isn't something that you should be afraid of. And no matter what level you are, whether you're an MP or you're a citizen, it is your right. We have to remember that we have placed our people there. We elected them to serve, not just to be served. And we have to be able to hold people accountable when it comes to that. So as I know we gotta go. So as our
when we finally get no,
I know, right?
It's
but
when we're like,
I just have to say, but I want people to actually take a look at us and actually understand that we are not just for hype. We are in the communities. Take a look at what we are doing. PFP actually believes in representing everybody, not just the persons that supported us. And that's something that the people have to get more of. We have to understand that it's not just about our tourism. It's also about our children. It's not just about the businesses on Front Street. It's also about the schools. It's not just about taxes. It's how are we going to use taxes to actually improve our schools? How are we going to use taxes to improve our healthcare system? It's not just about, the elderly are hurting. It's how are we actually going to find solutions to help our elderly? How is it that we're going to find ways to open opportunities? Our Constitution says that part of government's job is to create opportunities for the people, not just for some people. Facilitate for the people. And if they're not even taking care of the environment, the thing that actually helps you breathe and live, how are they going to take care of you? So as PFP always says, it's not just about building buildings, we have to build people.
Absolutely.
And PFP is here for building the people. That's why we have these conversations. That's why we don't do rallies. That's why we do town halls and we let you come and sit with us and we say, hey, come and please tell us what's wrong. Tell us what you think. Because it's not just for pageantry.
Yeah, and we have the uncomfortable
Conversations.
We have, you can come and ask us, what about this? And we will talk it out with you. And you have to get uncomfortable. You got to be honest.
Yeah.
And I really hope that people take the opportunity to come and see the candidates when they have their town halls. You need to show up. This is an open forum. It's a question and answer. We present the candidates. You can go and ask whatever questions you want, and that is your opportunity to see if people really are cohesive, act as a unit, and ready to go out and just take over and be like, there we go, St. Martin, thank you very much. You did it. You put your vote in the right place. They're gonna see it, and they're gonna be excited, and they're gonna be proud of the new kind of representation they will have again.
Because in PFP, it doesn't matter who you are. It's about the skill set that you bring and your willingness to learn. And we have, again, quality over quantity, and we found the people that are willing. Because if you're not willing to do the homework that we make you do now, and Ludi knows we have homework. We've had years of homework, and there's things that you have to submit and do. But if you're not willing to do the basics that it takes to prepare yourself to represent the people, then I don't think that you should be running. That is actually just the plain truth of it. And PFP has persons with different skill sets, different backgrounds, that find a way to reach across, talk to each other. It's not all kumbaya, but we do need to be able to have those difficult conversations to come up to a solution. And that's what PFP is about. And we're looking forward to the people of St. Martin taking more of a look at us, regardless if even right now you're like, you know what, my grandmother tell me, somebody gave them a pencil case a long time ago, and today that's why we still out here supporting that party. So I don't know if I can come and see all your town hall. No. It is your democratic right to see what is out there. It is your democratic right to go to every single political party's rally, town hall meeting, to see if what they are talking about resonates with the future that you want to see for St. Martin. So we invite everybody, whether you think right now you wear this color or that color, show up. Get there even with that color on. We don't care. It's your democratic right. Walk in and learn. See what real teamwork looks like. See what it is to actually have a group of people that use their different backgrounds, their different skill sets, what St. Martin truly is, which is a melting pot of people working together for the betterment of one little rock. That's what PFP is about, and that's what our town halls are about. And if you come out to that, take a look at our Facebook page, our Instagram page, pfp.sx, our website, and our broadcast list. Come out. Our information is there. We welcome you. Question us. Ask us. Learn what it is that you're actually voting for. Because a lot of people think they're voting for ministers. You're not. So come out. Take a look at PFP. PFP is literally the representation of what St. Martin is. A group of people from different areas working to make sure that our country works and lives.
Folks, thank you all for stepping by. It's been a pleasure. Folks, you could also follow us on our Facebook page. This interview is also on it, so you were able to see and hear what the candidate said, which is Marvio Cox and Ludmila de Weever. Thanks for coming by.